The truth is, your belly is growing while you sleep, not because of what you ate today, not because you didn't work out, because of what happened in the 3 hours before you closed your eyes. Every day, every night, without you noticing, there's a hormonal lock. While it's active, belly fat won't budge. It doesn't matter how many calories you cut this week. It doesn't matter how many days you trained. The lock is closed, and the results stay on the outside. What nobody told you is this: you're the one closing that lock, with a habit that looks completely harmless. Every night, repeated for months, years, in some cases, and your body keeps accumulating. Most people spend years trying to fix their belly in the morning. Gym, diet, starting over every Monday, not realizing the game is decided at night, in the hours you pay the least attention to. Get ready, because I'm going to show you what really happens to your belly while you sleep, what lock is blocking everything, and the silent mistake you repeat every night without even knowing it. In this video, you're going to understand 3 things. First, what happens in your body in the hours before bed, and why that window matters more for belly fat than anything you do in the morning. Second, the hormonal mechanism that decides every single night whether you'll burn belly fat or store more. Third, a simple protocol with clear steps for you to test over the next 14 days. Starting tonight, no miracles, just understanding. Because when you understand the system, you stop fighting your own body. If this content is bringing you clarity, tap like. It's quick, and it helps me a lot. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. And do this for me. Tell me in the comments, what time of day do you feel the most hungry? I'll read and reply. Before any explanation, I want to give you one action for tonight. But I need you to understand something first. This action is going to be different this time, because in the next few minutes, you'll understand the mechanism behind it. And when you understand the why, the action stops being suffering and becomes a choice. The action is, stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. No dieting, no cutting anything during the day. If you go to sleep at 11, your last meal should be around 8:30. Adjust it to your schedule. In that window, one specific hormone starts to drop. And when it drops before sleep, the lock that blocks belly fat opens. Hold on to that. The full mechanism is coming next. Picture a specific person. They wake up early, try to eat well during the day, and they put in some effort. They're not perfect, but they try. At lunch, they keep the portions under control. For an afternoon snack, they choose something lighter. They drink water. They try. But then night comes. After dinner, they sit on the couch, turn on the TV, and it starts. A cookie here, a piece of fruit that turns into more than fruit. Just one more bite. Ice cream that wasn't in the plan. A trip to the fridge they can't even explain. They weren't truly hungry, but they ate anyway. And when they go to bed, they feel it. That mix of guilt and exhaustion. And they think, why can't I stop? They try again the next day, and they get stuck again at night. The belly won't go away. The weight goes up and down. The energy disappears. And what's left is the feeling that the problem is them, that they don't have discipline, that they don't have willpower. But it's not that. It's not character. It's not weakness. What's happening is that their body is receiving the wrong signals during the most critical hours of the day. Signals that say, store fat, ask for more food, don't let the belly shrink. And nobody has explained that to them yet. That's the starting point of this video. Most people are asking the wrong question. The wrong question is, how do I get enough willpower to stop eating at night? That question puts you in a battle you're going to lose, because you're trying to beat a biological signal using only your mind. And when your body is sending a hunger signal, it doesn't negotiate with logic. The right question is different. Why is my body asking for food at night, even after I've already had dinner? That question changes everything, because it takes the blame off you and puts the focus where it belongs, on the hormonal environment you've created throughout the day. When you understand why your body is asking, you can change the signal. And when the signal changes, nighttime hunger goes down on its own. No fight, no suffering. Pay attention now, because in the next block, I'm going to show you the specific hormone that closes the door on fat burning every night you eat late, and how it works while you sleep without you realizing it. The central mechanism in this video has a name: nighttime insulin. I'll explain it simply. Insulin is a hormone made by the pancreas every time you eat. It works like a key that opens your cells to receive energy. When you eat, insulin goes up. When you stop eating, it starts to come down. So far, so good. The problem starts when you eat late at night, because when you go to sleep with insulin still elevated, your body enters sleep in a state that favors fat storage, not fat burning. Think of it like this. High insulin is like a closed door. While that door is closed, belly fat can't come out. It doesn't matter how many calories you cut. It doesn't matter how many times you went to the gym. The door is closed. Now, when insulin drops, the door opens. And what happens during sleep with the door open? Your body releases growth hormone. During deep sleep, that hormone has a very specific job: mobilize fat as a source of energy, especially abdominal fat. That's not a theory. That's basic physiology. Deep sleep with low insulin is the ideal environment for your body to burn fat while you rest. But if you eat at 10 or 11 at night and go to sleep right after, insulin is still high when sleep starts. The door stays closed, and growth hormone can't do its job properly. The result? You sleep, but your belly doesn't change. Hold on to this model. Low insulin before sleep means an open door for nighttime fat burning. This is where most people get surprised. When people think about stopping food at night, they imagine the benefit is simple. I eat fewer calories, so I lose weight. But that's not what's happening. The real benefit isn't the calories you didn't eat. It's the hormonal signal you created by stopping. Picture two people, same age, same weight, same dinner. Rice, beans, grilled chicken, and salad. Exactly the same meal. Exactly the same calories. The first person eats dinner at 7 at night and goes to sleep at 10. That's a 3-hour window. Insulin has time to drop. The door opens. Growth hormone starts working during sleep. The second person eats dinner at 10 at night and goes to sleep at 10:30. That's a 20-minute window. Insulin is still elevated. The door stays closed. Growth hormone can't do its job. Same food, completely different outcome. After 3 weeks, the first person starts noticing changes in their belly. The second person stays stuck. They ate well, didn't overdo it, did everything they thought was right, and nothing changed. It's not the calories. It's the hormonal signal created at the wrong time. It's not a lack of willpower. It's the wrong signal repeated every night. Silent. No pain. No warning. But present every night you eat late and fall asleep soon after. Here's the key, and I need you to feel the weight of this, not just understand it. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're not stuck because you lack discipline. You're stuck because every night, without realizing it, you close the door that needed to be open with a habit that looks innocent, that everyone does, that nobody ever pointed to as a problem. It's not your fault. Nobody explained that your body makes the most important decision about your belly while you sleep. And that decision is determined in the hours before sleep, not the hours you train. When you create a window between your last meal and sleep, you're not dieting. You're changing the signal. You're telling your body, you can open now. And your body understands. It's not willpower, it's timing and understanding. Your body isn't broken. It's responding to the environment you created. Change the environment, and you change the response. When you start creating that window consistently, a series of things changes in your body, like a cascade, from the fastest to the most surprising. First effect, nighttime hunger weakens. In the first few days, your body will still ask for food at the usual time. It's a pattern built over weeks, months, sometimes years. But when you stop responding to that signal repeatedly, your body starts to recalibrate. For many people, somewhere between 7 and 10 days, nighttime hunger is noticeably weaker. It hasn't disappeared, but it drops enough that it stops being a battle every night. Second effect, sleep improves in a noticeable way. Digestion and deep sleep compete for the same resources in your body. When you remove nighttime digestion from the equation, sleep gets real space. Most people notice this in less than 2 weeks. Waking up more refreshed, feeling sleep is more restorative, and having less of that heavy, exhausted feeling even after hours in bed. That's not a coincidence. That's your body working in the right environment. Third effect, your belly starts responding. This is the effect that takes the longest to show up visually, but it starts internally much earlier. With low insulin during sleep and growth hormone doing its job, your body starts mobilizing visceral fat progressively and consistently. For many people, the first noticeable changes in the belly show up between the 2nd and 4th week of real consistency. Fourth effect, daytime energy shifts without effort. When sleep is more restorative and your body spent the night mobilizing energy instead of storing it, you wake up in a different metabolic state, more alert, with less need for sugar first thing in the morning. Cravings for something sweet in the morning often start decreasing naturally, without conscious effort, simply because the system changed. And the fifth effect, food at night stops being a battle. This is the most transformative effect, and the least expected. Over time, nighttime eating stops being a fight with yourself and becomes a conscious choice. You're not battling your own body anymore. You understood the signal, adjusted the environment, and your body stopped asking for what it doesn't need. Not because you got stronger, because the system got more aligned. That's what truly changes. Not just your belly, your entire relationship with your body. When you stop getting stuck every night, you stop restarting every Monday. And when you stop restarting, you finally move forward. You now understand why this works. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to put it into practice. Clear steps with numbers to test over the next 14 days. Get ready, because I'm going to show you what to do, when to do it, and how to know if it's working. Step 1. Set your cutoff time. Take the time you normally go to sleep and subtract 2.5 hours. That's your cutoff time. No food after that time. Water, unsweetened tea, and black coffee are allowed. Example, you go to sleep at 11 at night. Cutoff time, 8:30. It doesn't have to be exact to the minute, but it does need to be consistent. Because what changes the system isn't one perfect day. It's repeating the signal for consecutive days. Step 2. Build a dinner that actually holds you. A dinner that doesn't keep you full is the main reason people break the protocol 2 hours later. A good approach is to include a source of protein, a quality fat, and fiber. Those three together extend fullness and reduce the nighttime hunger signal. Practical examples: chicken with vegetables and olive oil, eggs with avocado and salad, fish with sweet potato and broccoli. It doesn't need to be fancy. It needs those three components. When dinner truly holds you, the protocol becomes much easier to stick with. Step 3. Create a nighttime anchor. The biggest enemy of the protocol isn't hunger. It's boredom and habit. Most people eat at night because that time has always been associated with eating. The couch calls, the TV calls, and the body responds on autopilot. A nighttime anchor is a simple activity that replaces the snacking pattern. It can be a hot tea, a short walk after dinner, 5 minutes of stretching, reading, anything that breaks the automatic trigger and fills the time between dinner and sleep. The goal is to change the association. Night is not eating time, it's winding down time. Step 4. The phases of the 14 days. Days 1 to 3. Adaptation. Your body will still ask for food at the usual time. That's normal. It's a pattern built over time. Drink water or tea. Wait. In most cases, the urge passes in 15 to 20 minutes. Days 4 to 7. Recalibration. Nighttime hunger starts weakening. Sleep starts improving. You start waking up with more energy than before. Days 8 to 14. Consolidation. The pattern is forming. Your belly may not have changed visibly yet, but your internal environment is already different. The system is being adjusted. Keep going. Step 5. How to measure if it's working. Don't use the scale as your only indicator. It fluctuates because of water, digestion, and hormones, and it can fool you. Use 3 simple, reliable metrics. First metric, sleep quality. Are you waking up more refreshed? Does sleep feel more restorative? That's one of the first signs the protocol is working. Second metric, nighttime hunger. Is it decreasing over the days? That's the fastest signal of hormonal recalibration you'll notice. Third metric, waist measurement. Once a week, in the morning, fasting, before you eat anything, write the number down. Don't compare day to day. Compare week to week. The trend over 14 days is what matters. These 3 indicators together give you a real picture of what's happening in the system, far beyond what any number on the scale can show you. Now for the most common mistakes, because a lot of people try this protocol and get stuck. And almost always it's for one of these reasons. The first mistake is replacing a meal with snacking. The person stops eating a heavy dinner, but then starts grazing afterward. A few nuts here, a piece of fruit there, a yogurt before bed. It seems small, but any food intake raises insulin. The effect is the same. The door closes. The protocol only works when the cutoff time is real. The second mistake is eating too lightly at dinner and getting hungry at night. This is the opposite extreme. The person cuts dinner so much that the body sends a hunger signal 2 hours later, and then willpower can't hold. The solution isn't suffering. It's structuring dinner with protein, healthy fat, and fiber, like we covered in the protocol. A dinner that truly keeps you full prevents most nighttime hunger episodes before they happen. And the third mistake is being consistent during the week and abandoning it on the weekend. 2 days of the wrong signal are enough to delay recalibration. You don't have to be perfect on the weekend, but a good option is to try to keep at least 1 extra hour of window compared to your usual pattern, even on your more flexible days. Before the recap, I need to talk about 3 important situations. First objection, I already tried it and it didn't work. The question worth asking is, was dinner structured to keep you full? Was the cutoff time consistent? For many people, the protocol didn't fail. What failed was one specific piece of execution. When that piece is adjusted, the result changes. Second objection, what if I train at night? If you train at night, you may need a post-workout meal. That's legitimate. A good option is to have a light protein-focused meal right after training and stop there. The principle stays the same. Create a window between your last meal and sleep. Third objection, I wake up hungry during the night. That can be a sign your dinner didn't have enough protein or fat to keep you full. Before changing the cutoff time, it's worth adjusting the composition of dinner. If it persists, it's worth talking to a healthcare professional. Safety and exceptions. This content is educational and does not replace medical advice. Situations that require special attention. People with diabetes, especially anyone using insulin or medication, should speak with their doctor before changing meal timing. Pregnant and breastfeeding people should not restrict eating windows without professional guidance. Anyone with a history of eating disorders should be cautious. If the protocol creates anxiety or difficult behaviors, professional support is the right path. Warning signs to stop: dizziness, severe weakness, or any symptom that feels out of the ordinary. In those cases, stop and seek guidance. Let's recap what you learned in this video. Point 1. Your belly responds to the hormonal signal you send before bed. High insulin at the time you fall asleep closes the door to burning belly fat. Point 2. Stopping food 2 to 3 hours before bed is not a diet. It's a signal adjustment. With low insulin, growth hormone mobilizes visceral fat while you rest. Point 3. The 14-day protocol has 5 steps. Cutoff time, a structured dinner. You're not here because you lack discipline. You're here because nobody explained how the system works. And now you know. Your body isn't broken. It's responding to the environment that was created for it. Every night, it receives a signal, and that signal decides what happens while you sleep. Starting today, you can begin changing that signal, not in a radical way, not with suffering, with a simple, consistent adjustment your body understands and responds to. Stopping food 2 to 3 hours before bed isn't deprivation. It's choosing to create the right environment for your body to do what it already knows how to do: regulate, recover, and burn fat while you rest. It's not willpower, it's a system. And a system beats intensity every time, because intensity depends on motivation, and motivation fluctuates. A system is what remains when motivation disappears. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. And consistency starts with one night. Tonight, tap like. It's quick, and it makes a real difference for the channel. Subscribe and turn on notifications too, because in the next video, I'm going to show you why high cortisol sabotages everything you did at night, the other side of the system. And tell me in the comments, have you ever tried stopping food at night? What happened? I'll reply.